Hi folks, today we have the IPEGA 9037 wireless controller. Now, this lovely little thing is compatible with Android, iOS, Android TV, even Windows, right? And anybody who's familiar with IPEGA would know that they are known to create innovative game controllers, especially those that are designed to hold like smartphones and tablets. This particular one can hold large screen smartphones in its little cradle, as you can see in that picture, and it can also be used as a standalone wireless controller where you can play games in your Android box, on your big screen TV, your Windows PC, you name it. So I got this straight out of China, thanks to GearBest for sending me this device. So let me just take it out of the box here. Now it looks very nice. Very professional looking device, straight out of the box. Get a device, the controller, sorry. You get a nice instruction manual in English. And what's a gadget without its USB cable used for charging? So let's take this out of the bag here. Alright, it has the IPEGA brand. Actually, they've even branded the USB cable. So this cable, obviously, no surprise, it's a mini USB cable, right? And you use this to charge your device, and here's the mini USB port on the front of the gamepad. So you plug this in here, and then you can plug this into your laptop's USB, back of your television. Any device that has a USB port would give you that 5-volt DC voltage that you can use to charge your device. So that being said, this does have a built-in battery, of course, because it has to operate the wireless radio, the Bluetooth radio that is needed to communicate with your device. So before we look at the details of the instruction manual, let's just look at the ergonomics, or the look and feel, I call it, of the controller. So what's the first thing that comes to mind when you look at this device? It's uncanny resemblance to the Xbox One controller. As you can see side by side, the D-pad is on the lower left hand side. We have our analog buttons up in the top left and bottom right hand side, same configuration. The action buttons, the same blue X, yellow Y, red B and green A. So if you look at the action buttons on both the IPEGA 9037 and those on the Xbox One, you can see that the buttons on the IPEGA are a little bit smaller, marginally smaller than what you get on the Xbox One. But as you can see here, the buttons have the same feel to them, the same springy feel when pressed. So what's good about this is it's a low-cost controller, but you do have console quality buttons. And I have used other IPEGA products, so one thing I will tell you straight off the bat is that these analog knobs are definitely high quality. They use the same analog knobs on some of their other IPEGA controllers, and I've had one of the other ones that holds tablets for a couple of years now, and I've played hours and hours and hours of Modern Combat and those first-person shooter games, and they hold up pretty well. So I just wanted to compare, just show you side-by-side comparison of the Xbox One controller to that, the IPEGA, and you can see, roughly the same length and width, same ergonomic look to them, same quality keys, even the shoulder. So the shoulder buttons on the Xbox One, as we know, like these, where they have a trigger type button on the lower shoulder portion, and then the top button on the Xbox One is just a regular button. So on the IPEGA 9037, same trigger-like control button on the lower shoulder buttons, and then the same button on the upper shoulder button, just like on the Xbox One. There's a side-by-side comparison. And if you want me to put them head to head, that's what they look like head to head. So you can see that so you can see where the design has come from, right? So let's just quickly go over the features. So we have dual analog knobs, D-pad, home button, select button, start button. We have our action buttons, A, B, X and Y. And here is where we charge it. Mini USB port, charges the onboard battery. And then here we have our shoulder buttons along the top, dual shoulder buttons, where the top ones are just buttons and these ones are trigger-like featured buttons, which are good for shooting games. Now, at the beginning of the video I said that IPEGA is known for making controllers that are designed to hold your smart devices. This is no exception. Right here, this is a telescopic holder, and as you can hear, it clicked into two places. That's one, that's two, so you get two positions. So when you open it, it clicks at a 90-degree angle, and then I think that's roughly a 45-degree angle. All right, from here. So 90 degrees, 45 degrees. All right, and it doesn't go back any further. And what's good about this as well is that it can hold large smartphones. Now this thing can hold many smartphones, even as large as the Samsung Mega, which is a 6.3-inch phone. But as a point of reference, I have a couple of phones here. Here's an LG smartphone I have. This is a Samsung Galaxy S6. And here's an iPhone 5. Alright, so of course the iPhone 5 fits in here. Actually this is a 5S and it fits in there very well, as you can see. And then you can shake it around. It's not falling out of there. It's pretty stable in here, right? So you can play your games and you don't have to worry about dropping your phone, right? So that's the 5S. Here's my Galaxy S6. Typical standard smartphone size, form factor. And there you can see it holds in there pretty well. Doesn't slide out when I shake it. Pretty good for gaming on the go, on the bus or on the train. And it does lock in place, right? There's a little bit of movement, but it doesn't move from there. It locks in place, and then you can move it to that 90 degrees if you wanted to play at that angle. Don't know why, but you know, it does have that angle there. But at that comfortable viewing angle of roughly 45 degrees from the plane, it stays in place. And here's a larger phone I have. This is an LG. My LG phone, and a much larger phone. You can see it fits comfortably, and this is a large phone, as you can see. So you know that if you have all that play right there, you can hold even larger phones, as I said, like the Mega, the Samsung Mega. That huge phablet type phone can fit in here as well. So it's pretty versatile when it comes to smartphones. This does work on a number of different platforms. What I'm going to do is actually test this out on C and actually post a link on my blog of all of the compatible games that work with this. I know that it shouldn't have much of a problem on Android, but I'm just going to go through some of the iOS games, see if I can research the iOS games that are compatible with this as well, and give you my feedback on using this on the Windows platform as well. So that will be part 2. But it does say off the bat that it does work pretty well on all those platforms. So of course, as they say, let me test it out and get back to you in part 2. But with my experience of IPEGA, these devices work pretty well across a wide range of games. So just looking at it, I mean, the look and feel, this thing does have the look and feel of a more $100 Xbox One type controller, and for a fraction of the price, and you can play all of your favorite games on your portable smartphone or tablet, right, or even on your Android box. So yeah, so as I always say in all of my videos, check the links below this video and you can get these off of GearBest for a pretty decent price. Just check the link out and you'll see what I'm talking about. Prices will surprise you. Very affordable indeed. So if you're looking for a low cost but very good build quality controller that does have the built-in telescopic arm that can hold huge phablet size phones, or even just simple smaller smartphones like the iPhone 5. And you want the console quality controls. Oh, one last thing. Here, if you look closely, there are 4 little holes here. There's a 4 LEDs, and that gives you the indicator, the charging indicator of the battery, right? When you're charging it up. As well, it also gives you these all. I'm going to research them in a second. But depending on if you're in iOS mode, Android mode, Windows mode, these have different lighting configurations that can tell you which mode that is in when you're pairing. So very, very good LED indicators. So as I was saying, if you're looking for a low cost but high quality controller that you need for your smartphone or your tablet or your Android box or your Windows PC, I would strongly recommend getting this IPEGA 9037 controller. Anyway, until next time, happy gaming, guys, and yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and as well leave some comments below if you have any questions. And again, that website is www.redtechbot.com, just in case you don't know that site. Okay, enough talk, more gaming. I'm gone for now. This is Richie signing off. Bye bye. Hey everybody, so I hope you enjoyed that video. Now I'm going to ask you to do 2 things before you leave. One, there's a button right up here on the screen to my right here. Click on that, and that will take you to our website, www.redtechbot.com. When you get on that site, there will be a button there where you can actually sign up for our newsletter. And when you do sign up for our newsletter by entering in your email address, you will automatically be entered into all of our tech giveaways. And by tech giveaways, these are some typical examples of what we will be giving away, and these are some examples. There's other stuff as well. And the good news is, you just have to enter your email address once, and it will automatically be entered into the pool every time we do a draw. And we will use that email address, of course, to contact the winner, to tell them, hey, you've won something, and it's really cool. And of course, the newsletter will have updates on tech reviews, what's coming up new, what's coming up next. New stuff in the industry, and even information on future giveaways, right? So it's really nice newsletter that we're going to be sending out. And one other thing is, on this side on the screen here, up here on my left, you click on that and you will subscribe to the channel. Now by subscribing, of course, you will be at the forefront of any new things that are happening, any new videos that are coming out. And what I will also be doing is I'll be doing videos where I'll be talking about what we're going to be doing as a next giveaway, right? So you want to be subscribed, tuned in to that as well. So it's going to be a fun year and fun years to come as well. So yeah, that being said, you guys have a great day.